Yo, how's it going, folks? It's me again, your boy Tabo, and this is part 2, a lesson on drawing paths. And so we're gonna take it from the last lesson. So let's jump right in. Okay, so the next one we're gonna create is a quadratic Bezier. I'm just gonna, so the values will be 50 and 400. Okay, quadratic Bezier is simpler. Okay, I will also use another drawing to illustrate that once more. It's a lot easier that way. So a quadratic Bezier works in this fashion. In comparison to that, now a curved Bezier would work in this fashion. Let's say you've got a line that runs from this point to that point. So this would be the line. First of all, the curved Bezier takes 4 values. Okay, and the values are, now the numbers that I'm going to specify is not the order. This is not necessarily the order, but I'll just say it takes first x, I'll call it x1, and then y1, and then the next one will be x2 and then y2. So it takes these 2 values, and this first value is the curve. Okay, this would be represented by this. Now how this curve works is that, let's say I want to have a point that's going to create a similar, but instead it's going to be pointed here, but it will still create the same kind of effect. Reason why is that instead of having these 2 points, it takes this one point and then it will connect these 2 points. So what that will end up looking like is that you will have something like this. So now you have these 2 curves connected by this one point, and then this one point is what will ultimately create this curvature that you will get afterwards. So you get the point. So this will then pull this line, and then it will then create this curvature here, which is similar to that one. And so you will no longer have this line, then this will be the represented curve, which was derived from the line that used to run straight. So once again, to make it clear, this point over here, this would be the x2, this one. So this is the order in which you specify the values. You first start with the curve. So this point over here would be the x1 and y1 point. So this will be represented by that. So I hope that is clear. So this is how you plot the values. You first specify the curve point, and then next you specify the line to point, which would be the line that would run from this specific point to that one. This would be represent where you currently are and where the line is going to run to. So I hope that's clear. Okay, so we said the first values were 50 and 400, and so our quadratic value is represented by q. This was our quadratic Bezier, and then I will say 100, and then I'll give it a value of 350, and then I will give it a value of 150. So this is the curve, and this is where I want to plot it, and then I'll say 400, and then create another quadratic Bezier. Then I will say 100, and then I'll say 450. Next one will be 50, 400, and then I will close it off this value over here. Okay, so now to make it more unique, first of all I will remove this. Let's just see what it looks like without all of that. Oh, what have I done? Sorry, my bad, excuse me. Okay, so there we go. We've got this shape over here. Now we can fill it with the color brown, and that could be an eye or something like that. But this is how quadratic Beziers work. So this line over here is being pulled by a point over here somewhere. So it's being pulled that way. That's why it's creating that curve. And then this line is being pulled by some point, which is somewhere here. So that's how you get. Okay, so we're gonna create another path, and then this time I'm gonna use the S command. It duplicates the previous curve that you created. So how that would work, I will illustrate it this way. I will first say yes, Okay, I will say 10 and then 10 again. I will create a curve, and this curve will say 100, and we'll say 50. So this is the first curve, or rather, let's see. And then the second one will be we'll say 100, and then also 50. And then I will plot a point at 100 and then 10. Right, so let's first see what this looks like. Okay, I will give it a color of cyan, and let's say 200. There we go. Maybe I should move it even further down. Okay, there we go. So I've got that shape over there. Okay, so now with the S command, I'm just going to specify two values. The one value will be another curve, so I will specify the coordinates for this curve. The next one will be the last point that I want to plot a line to. So I will say S, and so I want my other curve to be at, say, 200, and then I will say minus 50, and then the line that I want to plot will be also at 200 and then 10. Okay, so now you see what this did. I only overall in this path I specified the curve, this first curve, then this second one, basically the curves that is pulling that down and then pulling that one over there. The one opposite to that is already a duplicate or is a reflection of this one. So I just specified this curve, that one, and the one here. This one in the middle, it is a reflection of this one that I specified over here. So I hope that makes sense. I can move this a bit, and let's say I turn that to 100. No, not that. Sorry, that's the wrong point. This one over here. See, my point now is running in that direction. It was somewhere here, yeah, but I don't have to then specify all of these points over here. I just specified 3 of these points, and then this one was already influenced by this one, so it just serves as a reflection of this curve over here. Yeah, that's how that works. So I will return the value. Okay, so we're gonna create another path, and then this time I'm gonna use the T command, which is a shortcut when using quadratic Beziers. So I'm gonna create this path. I'm gonna say D, and then M. Now this time I'm gonna say 10, say 800. And so I'm gonna plot out my quadratic Bezier in this way. I will first say, now I want it to run still 100 units across, so I will say 50, say still 800, and so I will plot my line 100 units across plus the 800 line. And so now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna then run another line 200 units across like that. So then I will fill it with the color orange, give it a stroke black color, and then stroke stroke width, and then make it 5. Let's close our path. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so this is gonna be, yeah, this is supposed to, sorry, 750. That makes more sense. You see? So that's what the T shortcut does. Now, all I did was I specified this curve over here, which is the curve that holds it upwards like that. And then over here, I didn't specify anything. All I did was just specify this point that I want another line to run from that point to that point. And so it just automatically created this curve. It just created this reflection once more. So, but this can only work if the previous value was a quadratic value. If you had something here, then this shortcut would not work. Like I said, that's why it works only for Bezier curves. So the previous value has to be a quadratic Bezier. If it's not, then this is not going to work. And this is also similar here. This has to be a curve Bezier. If it's not, then this is not going to work. So just always be aware of that. And then Z is what automatically closes the line. So you remember this value over here. Let me just do this. This over here is what closes the value. So in a nutshell, this is how paths work. In order to get comfortable with it, you have to play around, get used to the concept, you know, to also remember these different ways of drawing, you know, so that you don't confuse one with the other, to really understand exactly how each one works and which one is best to use in different cases. So I think this has been yes, a nice one. So I hope that this is clear for you guys. But one thing that I will always emphasize is practice, 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 and then this will become second nature. So till the next episode, I'm gonna leave it here. So much love and peace to you, my brothers and sisters. Till the next one, I'm out. If you thought this video was good and helpful, please press that like button. For any questions or input, just remember to leave a comment. And if you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe to my channel and I'll keep more stuff coming your way.